In this video, we're going to learn how to create our first AI-assisted lesson with Gibbly. First thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Create button in the navigation menu. From here, we're going to click on AI-assisted lesson. The first thing we can do for fun is to give this lesson a thumbnail. This will make it easier if we want to share it on Discovery for other people to find it, as well as make it easier for us to find it later. I'd like to do a lesson based on the Ontario curriculum about water systems, so let's find something about water. Now that we have a nice image, let's start populating these fields. I want to do it, like I said, on the water systems. And I want to base it on the grade 8 science curriculum for water systems. More specifically, I really want us to touch on these two specific expectations, which are E2.2 and E2.3. So I'm just going to actually copy those and paste them right into my learning objectives on the lesson. By pasting our specific expectations into this field, it'll help the AI predict how we want the rest of these fields to be populated. There's a few things that must be filled out for the AI-assisted lesson generator to work, and that is topic as well as grade level. So I'm going to change this to grade 8 because that is the grade that we're doing this for. Title and description are optional. I do recommend putting titles so that it's easier to find this later. So for this, I'm just going to put water systems, grade 8. Since we have already pasted in some specific expectations under learning objectives, we don't want to click on this button because it will overwrite everything. So what instead we're going to do is we're just going to click on these AI assisted buttons here, here, and here, and it'll start populating a lesson overview for us that we can edit if we need to, what the lesson covers, and vocabulary in terms. You have full control over editing these fields, and if you don't like it, you can just click on AI generated again, and it'll give you a slightly different output each time you do it. I'm just going to remove all these fields for a second to show you another thing we can do. If you have no idea what specifically you want to cover and you just want to get some ideas, you can just click on this lesson plan, and it'll start populating this, including learning objectives. This option makes more sense for teachers who aren't bound by specific curriculum expectations and standards. I'm going to go back and put the Ontario curriculum back in so that we can see the final outcome of what that looks like on the slides page. Now that we have this aligned back to the Ontario curriculum, I want to start making slides based on this lesson. There's two main ways we can do this. We can scroll down to the bottom here and click on the slides button. We can also click on slides from the navigation menu to get to the same screen. On this view, this is where you create the slide deck or presentation for your lesson. From here, you can continue generating with AI. You also have the option to add individual slides from scratch. Or we can go back to generate with AI and it'll create these slides for us. For now, I'm going to generate with AI, so I'm just going to actually delete these slides by right-clicking and then hitting the delete button. Let's go back to generate with AI. And we have a couple options here still. We can use the lesson plan that we created to generate slides. The reason why you may potentially choose to turn that off is if you want to create slides that are completely unrelated to your lesson. For example, you may want to turn this off if you want to do a short brain break activity that's unrelated to your topic. If for some reason you only want to use the topic without using the lesson plan, you can also do that here. You can play around with both options and see how you like the output. Right now, there are 4 different things you can produce with AI. You can generate a full lesson, which includes a combination of all 3 of these things. You can create individual content slides, you can create did you know or fun fact slides, and you can create discussion question slides. For now, I'm going to show you the full lesson option, so I'm just going to click on that button. It takes about 60 seconds to generate slides for you. Now that the slides are created, we can review them and we can add them to our presentation or we can generate new ones. To add them to our presentation, you hover over them, you can review them, and if you're happy with them, click on the add button to add them to your presentation. I'm going to go through and add all of these so that we can add them to our presentation. If you decide that you do want more, you can always regenerate lesson. If you want a specific component, for example, you want more discussion questions, you would click here and it will generate new discussion questions for you. I'll add a few more of these and we have a pretty good presentation so far. Once the slides have been created, you have the option to change the background of the slide. You can change the color by clicking on background from the navigation menu. You can also edit the text if you want to make any changes to both the body text as well as the heading text. If you want to add an image, you can click on this little pencil button and it'll bring up all the stock images that are at your disposal. I'm just going to add something with water. Let's choose this one. There's 2 more features I want to show you on this page, and they are exporting to either Google Slides or PowerPoint. Just clicking on these buttons will download them to your computer or add them to your Google Drive. And finally, if you want to use this right within the Gibbly platform, you can hit the present button and you can immediately present it to your students. I'm just going to cancel out of that and we're going to review two things. So from the navigation bar, you can go back to your lesson plan if you want to make changes. You can also go back to your slides and make changes whenever you want to. If you want to make your lesson public so that other people can use it, you can set it to public here and then other people will have access to it. That pretty much covers the AI assisted lesson generation. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'll also be leaving a feedback link if you have any ideas or suggestions for improvement for the Gibbly platform. Make sure to check out our other videos and thanks for watching.